Perception, we spend our time working a lot in feature film world, and we also spend a lot of time in the technology world. We like to bridge the gap between science fiction and science fact. All of our work in the film world is basically futuristic technology for all the Marvel superheroes. And then from there, a lot of the technology companies who see the movies, who are Marvel fans, reached out to us, and we started working with them.
They love Marvel films. They love what they've seen in the movies. They get inspired by it. They love the futuristic vision for these technologies or these experiences, and they want that for their product. It's very simple. We want it to look like the way it looks in films. And we get calls from, yes, mainly automotive, but we also get calls from cybersecurity companies who are looking to take a cybersecurity dashboard or portal and make it look like it does in the movies, or virtual reality headset companies that want their user experience design to feel cinematic. We've worked with other aerospace companies beyond SpaceX that are designing flight simulators or airplanes, and they want their cockpit experience to feel cinematic. The first feature film project that really changed our lives was Iron Man 2, and designing all of Tony Stark's digital devices and interfaces throughout his home, his smartphone, his smart table, his smart mirror, this whole ecosystem of Stark technology, which immediately started making the phone ring with these tech companies who were really interested in working with the Perception team on reimagining their existing product or perhaps prototyping a futuristic product. Because of our unique cinematic approach, a lot of our work is highly confidential. I think the client list sort of speaks for itself.
We work with the real Tony Stark,
Sure.
Elon Musk, with SpaceX.
Did some HoloLens work with Microsoft. At the core of everything we do is storytelling. Whether we're working on a feature film, obviously we're telling a story to an audience, or working on a technology product, we're telling a story to a user. We're building a narrative for feature films because we always want to create an authenticity and a believability in the films with what's actually going on in technology as far as society today understands it to be. Because there is a point where if you go further than that point, you're going to lose the audience. And it is a sweet spot that you have to find that's somewhere between what we all believe is currently possible, today's technological climate, and some point in the future, and it's somewhere in between those two poles that is that magic area. So the movies want their stuff to look real, the real stuff wants to look like it does in the movie. So there's this very interesting inspirational loop that goes back and forth. I also want to touch on this thing called the science fiction feedback loop, which we talk about quite a lot here at Perception. It's sort of the core of our story, which is that science fiction has always inspired science fact, whether it was books for centuries like Jules Verne's 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, inspiring the inventor of the submarine, or H.G. Wells, inspiring the inventor of the rocket ship. There's a lot of examples over many generations of these types of writers inspiring real inventors. And today, of course, feature films have been inspiring real technology companies on these advances.
Dime una cosa. ¿Qué es lo que sabes de Wakanda?
Que es un país del tercer mundo con productos textiles, pastores y ropas chulas.
Todo una tapadera. Los exploradores siempre lo han codiciado.
One of the amazing opportunities that we were given on Black Panther was being involved with it for so long. It was before they started even shooting the film because they were really interested in hearing from us of some sort of technological advances that might find their way into the film. And one of the specific areas of interest obviously was vibranium. And vibranium being sonic-based sound, we really did a lot of research in innovations going on in sound technology.
A lot of our projects we've gotten from automotive companies, for example, when we did Captain America Winter Soldier, when Nick Fury is in his black SUV and he's getting away from the bad police in the film. The car takes over, it starts driving itself, becomes autonomous. It's able to scan the city and know that there's a truck coming in from the distance that it might collide with, so it's going to do a different maneuver to get around it. Things like that. We work with almost every single automotive company out there. With Ford, we've done work with BMW, Mercedes,
Audi,
Maserati, GM, And a lot of it spans the gamut from a supercar to what will artificial intelligence be like in the vehicle. You know, so now a car is not only just something that gets you from point A to point B, it could actually do that by itself now. You don't even have to touch the steering wheel. What is that like for the person getting into a car? Now you're getting into the back seat and there's no driver. You know, what kind of confidence can you give this person getting into the car that has that psychological resistance of like, wait a second, if I'm not driving, what's going on? One of the ones that we've worked with that the car is actually out is the 2017 Ford GT. We had the opportunity to work with the team that was building it from scratch. It was a top secret project at Ford. So they asked us to design the gauge cluster, what you see right in front of you as you're driving, and the center stack for the show car that was coming out. So when we're working on the movie, it's probably like a torture chamber here. You know, you'll go to the back and everybody's walking around, you know, like, whoa, we haven't slept in 3 days, you know. But then when we go with the team to see the film on screen, there's no better feeling than seeing your work on